Hi Capricorn, welcome back to the channel. This is your reading for July 2019. As always, this is a general reading, so some of you may resonate, some of you may not. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. So I am using this new Moonology deck that I got. I love it. So I drew a card for you while I was connecting to your energy, and the card I got was New Moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. And what I feel about this is there is a whole new you that is being born from the ashes. Also, while I was connecting to your energy, I saw a picture of the goat wandering, like it was lost. It was weird because the sun was out, it was sunny, but there was just almost like it had just woken up and it didn't know where it was at. Like it just got dropped off on a different universe or something. The first feeling that I felt when I connected to your guys' energy, though, was like almost like I just got punched in the gut. Like that feeling that you get in the pit of your stomach when someone tells you news that's like shocking and it's like, you know, like, or just when you're like almost sick almost over something, if that makes sense. Like something happened that makes you sick to your stomach, that kind of feeling. And I also felt my heart get really heavy as well. So, and then I drew this card, bring love into the situation. And I think you guys are going through something possibly with relationships. Aquarius is your guys' second house. But possibly with your own self-worth and relationships. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Capricorn. What is going on? There's a restriction here. A restriction, a truth that really sucked. Either someone said something that gave you that feeling in your stomach. Something ended, a job, a business, a tradition. The way that you built yourself up before is different than the way that you are learning to build yourself up now. By the way, I forgot to mention, I know these glasses can be super annoying with my ring light and everything, but my eye is screwed up. Like usual, always seems to happen during the weeks that I have to film these videos, so that's nice. I think it was my contact bothering it or something. So Capricorn, it looks like around the beginning of July, possibly even now, you're dealing with a huge ending, death, rebirth type of experience, a huge transformation that you're not really happy about. You could be dealing with an air sign or an Aries because both are coming up very first and front and center. So then we have the Magician. We are recreating ourselves, and to do that, we have to walk away from unrealistic ideas or dreams that we once had that are no longer serving us, that are no longer stable for us. Because this right here is some kind of foundation in which you built upon, that you thought was going to be stable, some kind of rules, responsibility, discipline that didn't end up working out. Whether that be a job, a relationship with a person, but it honestly seems like to me, someone had power over you, either with their words or their actions. This could be a boss. Something or someone had power over you, and it's finally ending and you are being reborn from the ashes. That's literally what it's like this month, Capricorn. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes, literally. No contracts, I would not do it this month, Capricorn. No legal contracts, because you're not going to see the whole picture, okay, with the Mercury retrograde. At least if you have to sign any legal contracts, do it before the 7th. Definitely do it before the 7th. But all of this stuff is happening around you, Capricorn, because you are being taught how to love yourself in a whole new way. You are being taught to build upon a brand new, what's the word? I feel like I just used it. It's like you're being taught to build a brand new slate, you know, like you're starting over. It's a whole new slate for you. And you're being taught to build a whole new foundation for yourself. And in that foundation, it involves self-love. It involves the new creation of self, right? And that's also in the astrology too. Like, your identity and sense of self has been under major reconstruction for a while now. And there could be a lot of miscommunications in your relationships as well this month. And that could also be with this King of Swords, Emperor, Ten of Swords is. So it's important to not just bring love into the situation. It's important to bring love within yourself. It's important to bring love to yourself and not get down on yourself for not accomplishing some goal or some structure, some idea that you had set out to build that didn't work out, right? Five of Swords. Definitely some miscommunications and some conflicts this month. He's got cards flying everywhere. The Knight of Wands. Be careful with your words, Capricorn. Be careful with what you say. Be careful with expressing your ideas and bottling up your emotions, because it could cause a huge, huge unstable outbreak towards the end of the month, Cap. You could get competitive. If you choose to stay around people that you know aren't good for you and you know don't have your best interest at heart, then this will be your outcome. But if you start putting yourself around people that you know truly care and nurture you and try to do things with love and with acceptance, and it doesn't mean that you have to be all like love and light, you know, like, and all of that shit. Just don't think of it as bringing love into the situation. Think of it as letting go. Think of it as not clinging and not letting something have power over you. These damn flies, I swear to God. One thing I hate about summertime, man. So anyways, who or what has had power, control, restriction over you? That's been the focus. Like, who has had this power, control, restriction, etc. over you? But here's the thing, Capricorn. This month, it's very important for you to realize that you have the power, control, and restriction over you. Like, you may have been thinking it's been everybody else this whole time, but it's been you. And hear me out. If you perceive somebody else as having power over you, whether this is a boss or a family member, a significant other, whatever it is, you are the person that brought them into your life. You allowed them into your life. No one has more power over you than you. And some of you may already have started figuring this out. You're playing a game of I am my own worst enemy. And if you've been suppressing how you've been feeling, it's going to come out in a rather big way and in a rather unfair way. And it's going to be very karmic. If you don't watch what you say towards the end of the month, or you try to compete, or you try to just hurt somebody with your words, it's going to backfire in a way that you cannot even imagine. Also, this is also legal stuff. Definitely legal stuff. So like I was saying, be careful with contracts. Be very careful with contracts. Page of Cups after Justice. There could be some hidden things that come out, some secrets that come out from you, not from you suppressing your emotions, right? If you're dealing with a Libra, they are knocked off balance right now. And so here's the thing. Everybody thinks that us Libras are all like fluffy and, you know, whatever. We wouldn't hurt a fly. But when you piss a Libra off, you do not want to piss a Libra off. Libras right now are going through this thing where they're like, they're done. They will not take any shit from anybody. They know how to be cruel. They know how to be unfair. And they will cause a fucking tornado, Capricorn, and that's not what you need right now. Do not push anyone's buttons. If someone is pushing your buttons and you were under the impression towards the end of this month, you've been under the impression this whole time that they were somebody else, not good. Now, some of you could be walking away from this towards mid-month, and that could press their buttons. They could be like, oh, really? You're just going to piece the fuck out? Like, hold on a second. I got you. Don't get pulled back into the toxicity. Some of you have a very toxic air sign. Libra is like the #1 coming up here. Or it could be a fire sign, an Aries. Like slight chance that it's a Virgo. Slight chance that it's a water sign. Some of you guys are fighting for custody of your children. Not sure who that message is for. You are fighting for custody of your children. But here's the thing. You need a different lawyer, and you could still not be stable enough to get that custody back just yet. Some of you are dealing with actual legal proceedings to do with children, or to do with a divorce of some kind, and you're being forced to move, or they're being forced to move. This is so interesting, like, so interesting, Capricorn. I can't wait to clarify all of this in the extended bonus over on my Patreon. Okay, so, oh, okay, yeah, definitely some of you guys are dealing with legalities. Woo! Capricorn, what is going on, honeys? What is going on? The truth's gonna come out in a big way this month, Capricorn. A big way about somebody that you trusted, somebody that you had in your life, that there was a connection with, and maybe they betrayed you, whatever. If you're dealing with a legal situation, it looks like there is going to be some kind of separation, and it is going to hurt. If you're dealing with an air sign, the 3 of Swords could more be referring to them with all this air energy going on. I mean, you know, it's going to be different for all of you. Some of you know this split up is coming and you're like, you're preparing for it because you can't fucking do it no more. Others of you are like, no, it's probably coming intuitively. No, it probably should happen, but you still don't want it to. You're trying to hold it off. So this is kind of going to be a heavy month, Capricorn, but it's going to be, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we're kind of getting into your extended bonus reading now, but it's going to be a huge ending, a huge cycle that's closing, and you've needed this. You've needed this weight lifted off your shoulders for so fucking long now, it's not even funny. No matter what happens, you beat out the fear with love. That's the only way you can conquer fear, Capricorn. And if you live in fear, you're not going to have a good month, you know? And you know what it's like to live in fear. I know you guys do with all of the shit that you guys have went through. with the nodes in your sign, you're in Cancer sign, and with Saturn and Pluto in your sign, you guys have been through hell and back, like multiple times. You got this. You got this. This is just like a final, like, not final, but like a much needed detox, like something that you and your soul just needed, but you may not even realize that you needed this. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cleansing of sorts. It's a cleansing. There's instability that needs to change here in your life, and that's what it's forcing out of your life. So let's look at your cards so you can see your own cards. We drew some extra cards for you because I feel like y'all needed it a little bit, you know? So let's go over your astrology, okay? And then we'll kind of relate it to the cards and go back over the cards in a sec. So Capricorn, listen. Like I was saying, you're going under some major reconstruction. You've been going under major reconstruction. Who you are as a person, your sense of self, your relationships. Going under a major reconstruction. Anything that has had power, control, or restriction over you, or that has made you feel restricted or made you feel like your freedom was restricted, that has been coming to the forefront for you. But some of you may or may not have started to realize who or what has the power over you is actually you. So yeah, essentially you've been playing the whole long game of you are your own worst enemy. And how do you get over that? How do you beat that game? Well, you fucking love yourself. Just saying. If you don't love you, who else is gonna love you? Other sick individuals that don't love themselves, that you attract because they know you don't love them, they know you don't love yourself, so we can be equals, right? But then we feed off of each other and then it turns toxic. And that's when shit gets cray-cray. And that's when you end up in situations like these, right? And this may not even be a relationship for some of you. This could be a past relationship that's still not over. This could be a contract, a shady business deal, you having to move, a landlord situation. For some of you, this definitely could be a shitty landlord that's taking you to court, that evicted you or something. The final verdict is coming out, though. And it's gonna fucking hurt somebody. And it's gonna have to do with a separation of sorts, or a choice that needs to be made that's not being made. The truth is going to come out with justice and judgment here. And the Ten of Wands in the World. You're almost there, Capricorn. Like, you're so fucking close. You're almost there. It's literally beautiful. You have some other interesting cards at the bottom of the deck. We're going to go through it. And your extended bonus reading, okay? And you can get that for $5 every month. You'll get the extended bonus readings for $5 a month, plus you get other cool exclusive readings that I only do for Patreon, so definitely sign up for that if you're interested. Let me scoot these cards a little closer so you can see them. So some of you guys are dealing with an air sign or an Aries. If it's an Aries, it's somebody that's like really blunt, can be kind of harsh, etc. If it's an air sign, they may have some kind of power over you or have been holding you back in some way, or some kind of tradition, right? Some kind of tradition or responsibility has been holding you back and you haven't been able to speak your truth about it, but you finally do, and then it ends and it sucks still, but you start recreating. Either way, there's some kind of conversation or restriction or power happening in the beginning, some kind of control, responsibility, whatever, happening with another person, most likely, in the beginning of the month, that finally ends, and it sucks, but you can finally move on, you know what I mean? And you start trying to recreate yourself towards the middle of the month, but then we have this situation with either the past or something that you once thought was going to be that ends up not being what you thought it was, and the truth comes out. Some words, some miscommunications are explained, or are expressed. Things change and get really unstable and really unfair. Capricorn, make sure you're not doing anything illegal. And if someone else around you is doing something illegal, stop that shit. Like, do not be around them, okay? Because this is like, these 3 cards literally fell out reversed because all these cards are upright. So when they fall out reversed, I keep them reversed. That means, like, to me, that means they're supposed to be reversed. So there's this need to get out of this really unjust situation. Some of you may go seeking revenge. Don't do it. Feel the emotions, no matter how much it sucks, no matter how hard it is to feel them. Feel them and then forgive. Let it the fuck go. It's like, if you wanted an apology, you're not getting one. Not with the Page of Cups reversed. Not one that actually means anything. Forgiveness is going to come from the universe for yourself. You're going to be forced to forgive whoever this is and yourself this month, or else you're not going to be able to move on. That's what judgment is. Anyways, I know I keep getting off on a tangent. I'm just feeling so much right now. So let's get back to the astrology, okay? So anyways, if others do have power over you, it's because you're letting them or you're allowing them. So it's time to get out of that, like I was saying. There's definitely a good possibility of miscommunication in relationships, arguments, fighting, obsessive thinking, saying things that you don't mean out of anger. The Cancer new moon could be a very make or break beginning for you, Capricorn. It's going to be the ball that starts, like, pretty much the start of the rolling of the ball, right? The ball that starts it all. The ball that starts rolling, right? And Cancer is your opposite sign. So all of the stuff going through Cancer is affecting the other people in your life that are not you, but it's opposing you, so it's also affecting you. It's showing you another more emotional, caring, and nurturing way of survival. Only you and your traditional rigid ways of thinking or beliefs can stop that. And you're realizing that being hard or being traditional gets you nowhere this month. Let your emotions out to play, Capricorn, but don't try to fight them and end up doing some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, so Mars and Mercury are playing, like, doing kind of like this dance, and will still be kind of on top of each other. In my opinion, this is going to be digging up all kinds of hidden truths and secrets for you. So be very careful with what you investigate or the rabbit holes that you fall down, because you could become a bit obsessive with certain things, which could backfire in a shocking way. You feel the need to break free or rebel and have fun, but because of this obsessive thinking or this quick ballsy attitude, it could get you in deep trouble, illegal even. Well, look at that. God, Capricorn, please be fucking careful. If you clicked on this video, you were meant to watch this video, okay? So there's a reason. And I know you don't relate to it yet. Most of you will say that, but it's not July yet when you're watching this, at least when I'm filming this. So if you're watching this in July, then you can say you don't resonate with it yet. But this is towards the end of July, okay? So just because you don't feel like you would do anything crazy right now doesn't mean that towards the end of July, like, I have seen what some of these eclipses and some of the astrology that's happening right now, how it can affect people. I turned into a whole different fucking person last summer because of a couple planets moving in certain ways and communicating in certain ways. It was literally like someone took me out of my fucking body or stuffed me down in my body and just got in and, like, held me down the whole entire summer. I mean, it was insane. So I know that just because if you're a hardworking, responsible person right now and things are going really fucking good, it's not that I'm trying to scare you. I'm just letting you know you could get a wild hair up your ass towards the end of July and decide to go out and have fun or get back at somebody for some stupid shit that they said or did. And then next thing you know, boom. Justice. Not in a good way, because it's reversed, honey. It's not good. It's not good when it's reversed, Capricorn. And then boom, Page of Cups. Definitely be careful if some of you decide to drink towards the end of July. Don't drink and drive. I mean, just don't do it. Obviously, you shouldn't do that anyway, but, like, you know what I mean. Anyways, so you seem to be giving your mind a lot of power this month. and not really relying on your emotions or your feelings. So be mindful of that. Be careful of that. The Mercury retrograde is happening for you in a very transformational part of your sky, a sky that are the part that's all about endings and beginnings and deep truths and deep secrets and contracts and other people's resources. If any other fucking sign should not sign contracts this month, like, it should be you. Like, more than any other fucking sign, Capricorn, do not sign any contracts, do not sign any legal agreements during the Mercury retrograde, okay? Just try to stay away from it. Like, if it was already pre-planned, like if it's already been being set up, all you have to do is sign, and that falls in the Mercury retrograde, whatever, okay? And you're gonna do what you want. I'm not like trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying that the way the astrology looks, like the Mercury retrograde is happening in the house for you of contracts and agreements and the government and legal shit. So just be careful, like, especially for you. Especially if you're a Capricorn ascendant. This definitely goes if you're a Capricorn sun too, and this definitely still will affect you in some of these ways, but it'll be a little more intense for the Capricorn ascendants, if that makes sense. For the Capricorn moons, this is how it's going to kind of affect your emotion, like your inner emotional being and your intuition, so pay attention to that. Anyways, so then we have the full moon in your sign towards the end of the month, Capricorn. This is going to be all about restriction in relationships, karmic relationships, realizations, endings, realizing what has power over you, and a deep transformation is on its way. And this is exactly what this is, karmic. Justice is also the card for karma. Definitely endings of relationships happening towards the end of the month. And this doesn't just have to be romantic. If you're happily married and you're not in any kind of toxic relationship, like this could be a friendship, a family member, whatever floats your boat, okay? It's a general reading, remember. Anyways, the Leo new moon, I think, is going to be, it's the very last day of the month. It's July 31st, and I think this for you guys is good. This is going to be a whole new beginning, a whole new transformation, a whole new rebirth, in my opinion, for you guys. Like, big lessons will be realized and learned. You will emotionally finally be breaking free, expressing your passion, your individuality, and have the courage to finally change and leave some of these old belief systems and strict ways of thinking that are getting you into fucking shit every time. Like, you'll finally have the courage to move on from that, Capricorn. I see some of you guys are possibly going back to someone, or they're coming back to you towards the end of the month. Where it seems like someone decides they want to leave out of nowhere, and then it just turns into all this fucking drama, Capricorn. So just be careful, okay? I love you guys. I promise I'm not trying to be negative as fuck. I'm not trying to be a bitch. You guys know I love you guys. But I'm just being real with you. Like, this is such a crazy month, especially for you guys. Like, it's not even funny. When I was looking at your guys' astrology, I was like, and I was looking at Taurus right before I did yours, and I was like, oh wow, Taurus, you know, they're kind of like, this is kind of going to be a little shitty for them, you know, like, I feel bad. How am I going to tell them this? And then I was looking at yours, and I was like, but Capricorn, though, they're taking it to a whole new fucking level. Like, they are not playing around this month. So just be careful. Be careful what you get into. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you say. Be careful. Just be fucking careful. Just don't let yourself act without thinking or act without feeling even. Use your intuition. That is what Cancer season is all about. Use your intuition. Like I was saying, this is going to be a lot about your self-worth. It's going to be a lot about your relationships. It's a time for you to start loving yourself. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to go ahead and start clarifying all these cards over on Patreon for your extended bonus reading. If you would like to get that, just check the link below, or you can click in like the little I think up here, and there should be a link to my Patreon. So I love you guys, and I will see you guys in my other videos. Bye.